Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. It's been such a great honor presenting here at the Great Conference of ABS-SPESH 2022. So my name is Saimar Mushi bin Zube. So today I'm going to present to you my presentation entitled Retrospective Comparison of Regular Badminton and Close-Skill Sport Participation on Cognitive Function, a preliminary analysis. The background of the study. Badminton is one of the most popular sports in the world, with over a billion of spectators around the world since its debut in 1992 Olympic Games in Barcelona, Spain. So badminton is actually the main sport in both Malaysian and also Indonesian. So physical inactivity was responsible for 9% of all deaths worldwide. The lack of physical exercise is regarded as having a far-reaching health, economic, and environmental implication. Physical activity has been identified as a lifestyle factor that may minimize the influence of aging on cognitive function. It has been demonstrated by a study by Wick 2020 that older individuals who participate in open skill exercise or sport had a better cognitive function performance. In this context, regular badminton participation or playing may provide an excellent non-pharmacological approach to improve physiological, cognitive, physical, and metabolic health indices in older adults. So, in this study, we're focusing more toward the cognitive function. So the next one is the methodology of our study. So a cross-sectional observational study design was used in this study by including the population of elderly in Negeri Sembilan, Malaysia. As for the subject, badminton has been selected as an open skill sport, which defined as the sport that requires an immediate response to unpredictable stimuli in dynamic environment. Close skill exercise such as swimming, running, and also cycling generally performed in a stable and predictable environment and also can be determined at self-paced. Alright, and the last one is the control group, which we include the people who did not exercise regularly in the last 2 years. As for the sampling technique, we use the purposive sampling because we want to select the subject based on our specific criteria in the flowchart that will be shown after the slide. As for the sampling size or sampling determination methods, we use a formula based on the study by Chawan and Biswa 2013. So in this formula, Z is the standard normal variance, P is the expected proportion in population, and D is the absolute error or precision. So based on 50% out of 453 total recreational badminton players and 5% of absolute and type 1 error, a total of 32 sample size in badminton group was received by including a minimum of 16 in each of target condition. Another 20% was added for the potential dropout of the subject. Hence, the total sample size for each target condition is 18, which is the condition of RBP, regular badminton playing, close skill sports, CSP, and also the control group. The next one is the study protocol. So for the study protocol, the first one, all the subjects that passed the screening procedure conducted by our medical technician and medical assistant were requested to make themselves present at our laboratory at UiTM Malaysia. The subject then was given the written and informed consent and also the detailed explanation regarding the objective and the testing procedure that they will go through. After that, we proceed with the anthropometric measurement, which is the measurement of height, weight, and waist to hip ratio. Then the cognitive function test also will be taken place, which is the test of Sternberg working memory, term making test, and Stoop test. And finally, before the subject leave our laboratory, participants were asked to fill the questionnaire, which is the GPAC questionnaire, Global Physical Activity Questionnaire, modified phase, which is the physical activity scale for elderly, a DAS, which is a questionnaire to measure depression, and also a MOCA, which is a questionnaire to measure the aging. Right, the next one is the participant screening flowchart. So this is the screening flowchart. As you can see from the flowchart, the red color is actually our exclusion criteria, and the green bar is actually the inclusion criteria. Alright, so if you guys don't have any, don't understand anything from the flowchart, feel free to ask me after my presentation. Okay, so we're going through it. This is the first part of the participant screening flowchart, and this is the second part. Okay. Alright, great. Now let's proceed with the measurement. So the first measurement that we use is the anthropometric measurement of the height and weight. So we use the SECA 220 column scale. The next one is the working memory by using the Inquisite software using the test of Sternberg working memory test. This test is actually one of the highest test that been used in the previous study in order to measure the working memory. The next part is the measurement of executive function. We use two types of tests, which is the first one is the trail making test and the second one is the stool test. The measurement of anxiety, we will use the Depression Anxiety Stress Scale Questionnaire, also known as DAS-21, and also we include the Bahasa Melayu version as well. The next part is the aging measurement using the Montreal Cognitive Assessment, which is the MOCA, and the last one is the Modified PACE Questionnaire, which is the Modified Physical Activity Scale for Elderly Questionnaire. Now, the statistical analysis. We use a one-way repeated ANOVA measure to plot the difference in the cognitive function measurement between all the three groups, which is the RBP, CSP, and also the control group. And the data analysis was analyzed using the GraphPad Prism software, with the statistical significance was accepted at p is less than 0.05. Next part, the crucial part is the result. So based on this figure, we can see that both RBP and CSP group display a better trend-making test performance score compared to the control group. As for the Stoops test measurement, we can see that RBP have a slightly better performance time score in the Stoops test compared to the CSP, and substantially greater test score when compared to control group. So it means that the LVP group has a slightly better performance than CSP, but CSP has a greater test performance than the control group. Okay. Next part is the Sternberg working memory test. From the test, we can see that both RBP and CSP has a better working memory performance compared to the control groups. The next part is the aging and also the depression measurement. So based on this table, we can see that there is no significant were found for all the three groups for the MOCA score. However, there are also no significant difference were found for both RBP and CSP group, but there are a significant difference between RBP, CSP on the control group. So it means that for the dust measurement, we can see that the control group have a higher score, which means it has a poor performance in the dust compared to the RBP and CSP group. So now the discussion and conclusion. So the RBP, regular badminton playing, exhibit a favorable working memory, executive function, depression, anxiety, stress, and aging than those of CSP and control group. It is anticipated that the present study will provide a greater understanding and a greater feedback on how recreational badminton playing may affect our cognitive function, especially in our older population. So this is the references for my studies. And that's the end of my presentation. So this study was funded by the Badminton World Federation. Okay, so that's all for my presentation. So thank you so much for those who are hearing, and again, it's been such a great honor and such a wonderful experience for me to presenting here at the international conference. Alright, so if you guys don't have any question regarding my presentation, you guys can ask me. So thank you so much, and I see you guys again. Assalamualaikum.